Hello, citizens of the internet, and welcome back to yet another episode of Blank Block, a comedy podcast by three 20-somethings who have fallen into the void and simply cannot get back up. My name is Ashleigh Maligan, and joining me today is, as always, is Cameron Bloomer.
'Tis I, Cameron Bloomer.
And Seraphina Buick.
Huzzah, it's me.
We're medieval today.
Yeah, huzzah. Hear ye,
Huzzah.
hear ye.
It would be nice if I could play the lute and had a lute. I think that would really add to my image.
Just make one.
So, do you think we could do, how would podcasts exist in medieval times?
Just
It's
get
town
a
crier.
bell. Yeah,
Just somebody,
bell.
like a town crier? Yeah, like somebody, like a couple people gathered around.
I have
talking.
hemorrhoids.
Today, I has the beef. Today,
I have a beef.
raised cow.
The cattle hath come home, and I am ready to rage. Squire.
Very good, very good.
Very good,
Um,
very good.
I have a question for y'all.
Ooh.
Have you been working hard, or have you been hardly working?
That's the beginning of a Death Grip song.
That's good. That's very good.
Oh.
It goes.
God, I just blew out my audio there.
Very good. That was funny. Anyway, yeah, I
Welcome to
That's
the
very
bit where we
funny.
rate our bits in the middle of the show.
where I say, haha, that was recognizably comedy.
In case some people didn't get it.
Oh. Okay.
I've been hardly working.
Very good. I've been doing better this week, I think. It was pretty poor last week, but this week's been alright. Can't think of anything I've done, but I feel more accomplished. Maybe that's just due to my new mindset, but either way, you know, we're all striving for happiness.
Yeah.
We are all individual, unique flowers.
Whether I deserve it or not.
No,
water
I'm
me.
a disgusting little weed.
You're a little
Um,
disgusting weed, and I'm going to pull you out by your little roots and tickle the little ends of your roots, Seraphina.
Shut up. I feel so uncomfortable.
That was possibly the most uncomfortable sentence I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, no.
The only way that could have been better is if you were whispering it directly into my ear.
Nah,
Due to the audio medium that we are recording this in, you have done to anyone that listens to this.
Hell yeah. I've done it before, and I'll do it again.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Have you been working hard, or have you been hardly working, Seraphina?
I've been in a better mindset.
Yeah,
Okay. A little bit, but I've had an absolute shite time of a week, not gonna lie. But
So it's quite impressive that you were able to stay kind of in such a positive mindset throughout that.
well,
So that's
I've
cool.
only just got a positive mindset in the last couple of days, but previously I was like, what's the point in living?
It's because I made you watch The
Hell yeah.
Warriors.
Yeah,
That movie
I
will
watched a
change you.
movie. Yeah,
What movie did you watch?
The Warriors. I really
It's-
enjoyed it actually.
It's the only film I've ever seen. I've watched it like 30 times.
What is describe The Warriors to me? Give me a
The
synopsis.
Warriors is a 1979 classic in which a gang from Coney Island called the Warriors are called to a big meeting of gangs in the city of New York City.
New York.
And-
The city's so great they named it thrice.
So everybody goes to this meeting. There's 9 delegates from every gang. The leader of the biggest gang stands up. He's all like, "Can you count, suckers?" Tells everybody that they could take over the town. Then bam, he gets shot. The Warriors get blamed for it, and they've got to bop their way back to Coney Island overnight when every gang and cop in the city is looking for them.
Hell yeah! So it's like a John Wick situation, but with Coney
gang
Island
members.
people.
Yeah, and they're all supposed to be like anywhere between 12 and 20, but they're not because they're all played by adult men.
There
Love
is
that.
a gang which oddly reminds me of you, Cameron, and I can't remember their names.
The
Lankies.
Because-
punks or something.
The wanky lankies.
They wear like denim dungarees and like, really colourful like jumpers.
Is it just the music video for Come On Eileen?
That if it was a gang.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And the leader of the gang like rolls around in like roller skates, and it's just there's like a really menacing scene of him just like zooming around with like really awkward, creepy music in this train station, and I just like burst out laughing.
That's what I aspire to be. I'm gonna start a roller gang one day.
I wish you would. Like, I need something to do with my time.
With the dungaree rollers, and all we play is Limp Bizkit.
Keep rolling.
Exactly.
What?
You know what time it is?
Can I have like one of those like penguin things that they have in like ice skating?
Like a penguin. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like the chocolate bar. I was like, hey.
That's our gang's like calling card. We leave a penguin bar where we've
like,
done a crime.
Yeah, but like where the joke
bars,
is. Yeah, where the joke is on the penguin. That's like a clue to like.
No, that's where we write our tag.
Right. Okay. So yeah,
Gwins. With the
you
Gwins.
peel up the wrapper, and with the Gwins, with a little apostrophe at the start.
Yeah, the Gwins.
So I've been playing Call of Duty lately. That's been my week.
Fake gamer girl.
I'm 14 again. However, I've discovered that there's a mute all button. So, like, I'm having such a much better time than when I was 14, and I thought I had to be on voice chat to play video games. Because I'm sure I'm still getting called slurs, because I have the trans flag as my icon, because trans people can die in war too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you kill someone and the trans flag icon pops up, and I'm like,
I love that.
Fuck you, bud.
Killed in the name of progression.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
And I'm sure you know I've been called a large number of slurs, but I can't hear them.
Oh, yeah. That's very good.
It's
nice.
Mental health and well-being, you know? Cut out the haters.
You're not platforming hate for yourself. That's very good.
Also, I thought it was hilarious that, like, in this World War II war game, you can have the trans pride flag. Like, the cognitive dissonance there is just fucking... It's so performative. Like, trans people should be allowed to fight and die in the military too.
Yeah, trans people should be allowed to, fight and die for the country that that represents them very well and that they feel very patriotic towards.
America needs more oil. Transgender people to the front.
Yeah. But like,
it does feel very much like that.
Have you seen those like Twitter things where it's like, show your flag here, and then people put like the rainbow flag, like the gay flag, the lesbian flag, or whatever, and people are like, I don't know where you're from, but I'm from the Philippines.
I have seen that one, yes.
And it's just
that's really cute.
Yeah, and I just find it so wholesome.
I'm from Isle de Lesbo.
Isle de Lesbo.
Yeah,
nice.
It's a man-made island just off the coast of...
not a woman-made island?
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be here all night, folks. I've been fucking around on my favourite website, conversationstartersworld.com.
Oh!
As you do. Still not sponsored. Still waiting to hear back from them.
Still don't care.
We'll get there one day. But until then... This is from the list funny questions to ask. I haven't checked how many there are because I didn't have to scroll very far because this is number 1 of conversationstartersworld.com funny questions to ask.
There's a reason it's number 1.
Is cereal soup? Why or why not?
I've heard this before.
It's a good question.
No.
Why
Point
not?
blank no.
You've got to come up with your reasoning.
It doesn't come in a can.
Not all soup comes in a can.
I would...
No,
okay.
No. Soup comes in cans, Tupperware, and plastic bowls.
When you eat it, do you put it into a bowl?
I think
mug.
let's... No, listen. Mug for cereal and mug for soup are both acceptable. But what I'm going to say is, I don't think it matters how the soup gets there. I think it's more to do with, what it looks like when it's all poured out.
Are you saying that
You
soup is a purely visual phenomena?
Well, no,
Unless it doesn't look like soup, it's not soup.
No. As in, like, it's cereal. Like, once it's poured, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about like, is it soup if it comes in a box? No, but like, is it soup when it's like? That's not what soup is. Soup isn't just anything that comes in a can. Like,
That's where I was lost with Seraphina, because she seems to be insistent that the only ways that soup can come into creation in the universe is in a tin or a Tupperware.
No, I'm just saying, because you can get soup made in your mouth, and that's soup still.
What?
So, like...
You can get soup made in your mouth? You can get soup made in your mouth?
We can't kill the episode here.
Because
that's such a good line.
Like, because, like, ice cream, you know when you'd have a cold bit of it in the bowl, and you'd wait until it all melted, and be like, ice cream soup.
Okay, so if ice cream is counting as soup, then I would posit that cereal is soup.
Why, for the past 3 episodes, have we talked about soup?
It's our new IP. I also did pick this question because it had the word soup in it, and I've decided we're a soup-based podcast.
We're soup-cast now. Soup-based podcast.
I've made that decision for us.
I like soup a lot, and I like... would that mean porridge be soup too?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say, maybe not cereal, but I would say that porridge is closer to soup.
I'd say cereal is closer to porridge. Soup shit.
No, because like
soup
you don't.
Shit.
First of all, cereal is cold, and there's not many soups that are cold. Most
doesn't
soups
have to be cold.
Well, it is.
Have you never had hot cereal? Because that is pretty.
Have you never had cold soup?
Shut up. Full disclosure.
Yeah, cold soup bad. But I have my porridge cold, so fuck you.
You're a fucking animal.
I have overnight oats. Overnight oats is the best way to get my fibre.
These are my midnight oats.
Shut up. So no, because it's a natural thing. It's because I just don't like hot thing in the morning. I think hot porridge too hot sometimes. Right in the morning.
Porridge too hot.
That's fair.
And like cold porridge, like overnight porridge, you make it the night before. You just grab out of the fridge in the morning and you just eat it. Bing bang bong. Breakfast
Cereal isn't
done.
soup. Porridge isn't soup. I don't care.
Yeah, porridge is not soup. It's too chonky.
Cereal is soup.
Cereal is not soup.
Cereal soup.
No,
define for me. Okay, I'm going to define a bowl of soup. Okay?
Give it to me.
It is a liquid with bits in.
Not always.
That is such a reduction.
I didn't say I was going deep in. How is it? It's liquid with bits in. Sometimes the bits are super small, so you can't tell there's bits in it, and those bits happen to be creamed tomatoes.
Is any liquid just like soup for you now?
It can be if you want to define it as such, but I would say that oil isn't, because it's not a food.
Are smoothies soup?
Yes, smoothies are fruit soup.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can get behind smoothies being soup, because there's like an element of like blending there, kind of the combination of different vegetables and fruits or what have you. But like cereal, you're just putting one thing and another thing to make it soggy. It's like
that's what you do with soup.
So I have the soup
croutons.
definition.
Wait,
no.
I have the definition of soup here, right before me. And it says, a liquid dish, typically savoury and made of boiling meat, fish or vegetables, and in stock or water. Or it's a substance or mixture regarded as resembling soup in appearance or consistency. So, what the fuck?
Cereal.
No.
Cereal mimics soup in consistency. You ever put croutons in your fucking soup? Congratulations, you just had hot cereal.
Listen to me. This is my point. Are croutons soup?
Croutons are a part of soup. By themselves, they're not soup.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think. I would say that the cereal, like I could agree with you maybe at a stretch that the milk in the cereal is soup, but I don't think that
milk
the cereal...
is just milk isn't soup. Milk is milk.
Yeah, but once you add the cereal to the milk, it becomes a soup. Otherwise, it's just milk.
No,
it's milk or just cereal. But when you
the croutons on the soup.
But the croutons become part of the soup. As soon as you put a crouton into the soup, it begins to absorb the soup, thereby becoming one with the soup. It is a symbiotic relationship.
Okay.
In which if you were to remove
you're starting
either
to pull me
part,
around again.
If you were to remove either part, if you were to remove the croutons from the soup or the soup from the croutons, they would still intrinsically have the properties of the other because they have begun to combine in such a way. You cannot, once you have poured the cereal into the milk, remove the cereal without taking some vestiges of the milk with it. Therefore, it has become a soup.
Ophthalmologically parasitic. What's the word? I'm going to look this up.
Maybe cereal is a broth instead of a soup.
Alright, what's the fucking difference? I'll bite.
No, because it's not got like, I don't know, broth is kind of like a start. It's like the chicken bones and the vegetables of the soup, and I feel like milk and cereal is just the bare basics of soup.
Well, ontologically parasitic. The word is ontologically parasitic. Sorry. Carry on.
That's our $10 word of the day.
Yep, ontological.
Ding, 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 ding. Congratulations, you've won a prize.
Ayo.
You said the big word.
I said the big word. Now we can end the episode by play the music.
Play the music.
Okay.
So,
guys, I've got beef.
Got beef?
I was going to touch on this beef last time, and it's no longer relevant because the beef has ceased to exist in my little world. But
he's multi-track beefing.
I'm multi-track beefing. Stepping on the rhymes. Okay.
Beefing in the 90s.
Beefing in the 90s.
A new way to...
Very good.
You were saying you have beef. You have aged beef. You have beef that has aged so much that is no longer recognizable.
I've got
beef.
jerky.
Old age beef.
You've got jerky. There we go. Old beef is jerky.
Hell yeah. So my jerky is that I've been woken up quite a few times over the past month by a loud banging coming just outside my window. So we live right next to a motorway, and they're currently putting in sound barriers.
Oof.
Which my whole thing is that they're putting in these things to make the motorway less loud, so we don't get woken up and stuff like that. But it's that them putting in the sound barriers has woken me up like every day, and I loved the irony of that. But also hated it because it was very loud. It was just like the pile drivers going kaboom, 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 just like every morning. That's my beef. That's the end of my beef. Let's move on.
So, well, here's the thing. You touched on something there, and that is the latent bullshittery of calling something a sound barrier when installing it creates more sound.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. The noise coming from the motorway is quite like it's like a low hum, I guess. It's nothing too loud. It's nothing. Yeah, it's a white noise. It's nothing penetrating. Like, I would say that the kind of the sharp. Okay.
This has been Motorway at Night.
This is our motorway ASMR.
Yeah, this is Motorway Podcast White Noise, where we just make man-made
motorway noises. But like, I think the noise coming from them putting in the sound barriers is so loud that I think it's like if you collected all of the loudness that the motorway had made, and like compressed it into the span that it took to like put in these sound barriers, I think the sound barriers would still make more noise collectively. So I think like the net loudness of these sound barriers is more than the net loudness of just the motorway existing, is my point.
I mean, that seems to defeat the purpose of putting them in, other than the fact that it's like, it's future proofing, right?
That's true. We also had trees there. There was trees that were already like
a sound barrier.
A sound barrier, and they were like, nah, these trees are in the way of our sound barrier.
Yeah,
oh my god, are you kidding me?
I live fairly close to the Cameron, so I sometimes walk near the motorway bridge, and it's god ugly now. Jesus Christ!
It is. It's just these massive.
They've gotten rid of all of the lovely trees, and like, oh, lovely, and now it's just big blocks of metal.
It is.
And it's like, oh, okay. This
We
is,
do have
okay.
to prepare.
We live
for
in a
the
dystopia
cyberpunk
now.
Future though.
It is, to be fair, yeah. It's going to be an aesthetic when all hell breaks loose.
Once they're covered in terrible graffiti and
Yes.
there's people with robot arms walking around, you'll be changing your tune. Who needs
I'll be
trees
saying,
when you can
this is
see
such
digital
an
trees?
aesthetic.
Yeah, it's the aesthetic that we all deserve.
It's all
Horrible
about optics.
dystopia.
Metal. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
well, I
it's
didn't-
kind of
yeah.
cyberpunky, I guess, but
Here's the thing,
not
though.
in a
Again,
cool way.
going back to it, I didn't think that the thing created for the reduction of sound would be all about optics. Like, it should be about ear ticks. What, I don't know what the word for optics is for your ears.
Can I bring up that something that it's not my beef, but it's kind of beef.
Oh
but
no,
not
yeah, that's
really.
fine. My beef was relatively insipid.
It does link to being woken up in the morning or like early morning antics, you know.
Sexy.
Because I go to bed at ungodly hours of the morning sometimes recently,
Same.
because you know
It's 4 a.m.
the sun is up.
It's worse in the summer because you're like, usually you
4,
get to
yeah.
4 a.m. and you're like, right, I'll go to sleep now because it's still dark. But now it gets to 4 a.m. and you're like, oh shoot, it's like morning.
And it's
I have
hot.
watched the sunset
Yeah.
and the sunrise for the past 3 months.
Yep.
It's
It's quite nice.
no, it's awful. My
No.
brain hurts.
Oh.
I feel
No
so
good.
unwell.
Anyway, sorry, yeah, carry on, Sarah.
What the quintessential like English noise for early morning, like 4 o'clock, is that fucking pigeons.
Oh, I really like that sound.
No, I hate it.
Oh,
I
that
remember-
sound genuinely soothes me.
No, I remember being 11 or something, being awake at 4 o'clock in the morning playing Club Penguin and hearing that, and I was like, I hate
Oh,
this.
you're like, because it's a reminder. You're like, oh no, it's time.
Yeah, because when I was younger, I was really naughty and like turned the Wi-Fi back on,
Ooh.
and
Ooh.
I'd play Club Penguin until
You'd play PUBG Penguin.
Imagine, I played Club Penguin until like 5 a.m. in the summer because I had nothing else to do really, and yeah, and every time I hear that, I just remind myself how sad I was.
For me,
I
it was
got
like
dark.
it was always my DS. It was like my DSi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tucked under my pillow.
Oh yeah, like have you cut a DS off? And I'm like, yeah. It's under my pillow, bitch. Back to Nintendogs.
Speaking of bad noises at like 3 or 4 in the morning, there is a cat in my street that has decided that my front garden area is where he shall yell. So it is
This
3,
is
4
my
o'clock
yelling
in the
spot.
morning, and he lies down at the end of my driveway and just goes.
Yeah.
And at first I thought it was like someone being murdered. So I was like, yo, I'm going to go check this out. So I've like gotten up I've just gotten into bed. So I'm
Yeah.
getting back out of bed. I'm putting jeans on in case I've got to go outside. And I go outside and there's just this cat. Normally cats run away when you find them. This one looks me dead in the eyes, makes the noise again, doesn't he? Cheeky one. It's like he's paying rent or something.
Oh my
Just
yeah.
looking at you.
Oh, also, I know it's a boy cat because it did that thing where it rolls over and just shows you its genitals. You know,
Just
like legs akimbo.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like, look at my dick.
Balls out.
I've seen
I'm like-
cats. I've seen Cats the musical. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh,
It happened
no.
about 7 times.
I
Nah,
mean,
that's-
you're the
that's
only
a
one
joke.
who's seen Cats the musical.
Can we talk
so-
about Cats the musical?
No, because we've not seen it.
No, but can I talk about? Sorry, this is Cats the musical, the movie. I was emotionally broken by that film. I went to see it the first time, and I was like, oh wow, this is unlike anything I have ever seen in my life.
In a
And then
good
this
way or
like
a bad way?
well, the first time it was like it tore my walls down, like of like just my expectation for anything. It genuinely has changed my life. It's just it's unfathomable. It's unfathomable. People are like, oh, you need to take drugs to watch this film, but Cats is the drug. You don't need drugs to watch it. Anyway, so that was the first time I watched it. I was like, this is unbelievable. Everybody needs to see this. And I saw it for a second time, and I just started crying halfway through. It broke me. It was like, it shattered my very perception of reality. So I bought it for my girlfriend's birthday.
This proves that even with such a terrible flop as Cats, there is still a target audience for everything out there.
Yes, exactly.
And unfortunately, one of our co-hosts has decided that they are going to be into Cats, so we just have to go along with it now.
I am very much into Cat. Like, it's like the perfect film.
Hey, hang on.
Like,
can I get
if
a
anything
clean,
changed...
isolated take of just you saying,
oh yeah, sure.
I'm very into Cats.
I am very into Cats.
Okay, cool. I can cut that into Cat Girls.
Hell yeah, thank you. But like, it's amazing. It's frightening more than anything.
Your favorite film?
It's definitely up there. You know.
Oh my goodness.
I actually hate that.
Yeah.
So much. You know what made me really mad?
Tell me.
We had some spare merch for the Cats movie.
That's crazy. I can't believe nobody bought the Cats merch.
No, we were given like 20 bags to like give out to random people who were watching the film, but everyone we offered it to said no thank you.
So I don't want to be reminded.
There was just these bags of like super extra large jumpers that were super soft, and I was like, yo, can I take them home? And he told me no, and I was like, I will pay you.
Are you kidding
for
me?
It. I will buy a ticket to Cats to take home the really soft jumper because it looks like I could sleep in that so good.
I want that so bad.
I was gonna cut it into a crop jumper and give it to you specifically, actually.
Thank you.
Because I don't have the crop jumper vibes all of the time. You do.
I always have the crop jumper vibes, especially when it comes to Cats.
know.
Unless you're wearing a boiler suit, in which case you've got like Grease Monkey vibes.
That's too much.
It's just
I don't think nothing is too much.
I've never been a fan of the cropped hoodie look. I don't know.
I love it.
I think
You're so wrong.
I think I'm just like, that would look terrible on me. So I hate it.
How else am I going to let people know that I run with the streets, but I'm also hot and sexy? It's cropped hoodie time.
Titty.
Well, yeah, just because you've got them and I ain't, don't rub it in my face. That's very transphobic.
The titty.
Titty.
I wish that, like, one day I would just sneeze and boobs would form on my chest. That's the dream.
Well, I mean, more violent things have happened when you've sneezed, so, like, it's not unthinkable.
But, I think it would be a blessing. You know, like in movies when... like kids movies where like someone gets flattened and they blow on their thumb and it blows them back up.
Yes,
I unironically
like
tried that to give me titties one time.
That's so cute.
It didn't work, in case you were wondering.
I did used to think that was like a real thing that happened to people if they got run over. You just like pump them back up.
I mean, I wish cartoon logic worked in the real world. Mostly because it would be really fun to get punched through a wall and have like no consequences to that.
Also, to get punched through a wall and it be like a perfect silhouette of you would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I would do that at every home I own and just not have a front door.
I'd also cover myself in dust so that when I had to like leave very quickly, there'd just be like another dust silhouette of myself left behind.
Oh yeah.
That's always been a want.
If cartoon logic ever applied to real life, everyone would start investing in piano and anvil companies.
Yeah.
Because the sheer number of sales that you would make.
And like plain tops.
Plain tops?
Yeah. Plain tops.
Explain that.
Like the top of a plane or
No. They're like how cartoon
like plain
characters...
t-shirts?
Yeah, like how they have like their normal fashion is like a plain like white t-shirt and like or like
that iconic thing. Yeah.
That's only if you're being lazy about it though.
No, but
I like-
they changed outfits like for like some episodes. So
But no, I like when cartoon characters go into their wardrobe and it's just like the same outfit over and over again.
That is
That's
a good
always,
joke.
I like that. That's a good joke. Apart from when it's in the B movie.
As a kid, I thought that would be the dream.
Yeah.
It's just have my Monday to Sunday clothes, and I would wear them all one day at a time and hang them back up exactly the same. And then
Did
I got
anybody-
a job, and that's my real life.
Yeah. Oh no. Did anybody ever have like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday underwear or socks?
I had the socks.
I had socks, not underwear.
I would never wear them correctly, though.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's
I'm-
like
I once got
Why were
made
those-
fun of in primary school because I wore some socks saying "best mum" because I was wearing my mum's socks for some reason, and everyone was like "best mum," ah ha ha ha.
to be fair, that's quite accurate. Like I've taken pictures of you before with like mum things and been like, look, it is my mother.
Yeah, I
Your
think out
strong
of
mother
everyone I
energy.
know, if for whatever reason I was in a situation where at 24 years old they needed to call my mummy, I would probably like change Seraphina's name in my phone to Mum, and then be like,
Yeah.
and then like when I pick up, I'll be like, "Hi, Mum. Yeah, the police want to talk to you," because your voice has mum vibes, you know.
Really?
When you talk seriously, you could see yourself being like an exasperated mother of three.
Yeah.
But when do I speak seriously though? That's what I want to know.
I think your mum has like less of a mum voice than you do.
My mum sounds like Minnie Mouse. That's why.
Your mum has like a very musical voice.
Hello,
I love
Sarah.
I love your mum's voice so much.
It's when you've just woken up, it is a lot.
Yeah.
But like any voice is a lot.
I just
Kevin,
remember
come in.
when-
Would you like a cup of tea?
I just
so good
remember
to see
when
I'm sorry.
Redacted.
Listening to this. Oh, sorry. If your mum's listening to this, by the way, I love her so much with all my heart.
Yeah, we
just
all
remember-
love.
Also redacted.
Fuck,
Yeah.
Seraphina's mum. Let me try that again. We are all love.
We are all
End
love.
sentence.
I just remember when me and Cameron and you actually me and Cameron were very intoxicated, still not really with it, when we went to dinner at my mother's house, and my mum was like, "Hello," blah, blah, blah," and I just remember going, I can't. and I turned to you, Ashley, and you were like, "What? Like you didn't expect this?" And I was like, "I forgot."
I forgot my mother was like this.
I forgot how how intoxicatingly cheerful my mother is.
It's quite
Lovely.
impressive, to be honest, to keep up that level of like energy. Is
Yeah.
honestly like hats off
commendable.
to you.
And it's
Yeah.
not always for show. Like last night,
She's not always a fake bitch.
she's not always a fake, because last night like she was watching like the Glastonbury highlights essentially, because the Glastonbury should have been on this year, but COVID, and Bruce Springsteen came on and she literally like screamed and went, "Oh my God!" and then she started dancing and singing,
Aw,
and I
that's
was
sweet.
like. And I was like, "Oh!" And she was like, "It's my favorite song!" And then she run upstairs and was like, it's
Yeah.
it's very cute, but also like, what?
It's a whirlwind.
I think my grandmother has been to a Bruce Springsteen concert. Like
They should be
live.
friends. Yeah, I have been. I've been to a Bruce Springsteen concert. Like,
Why have you been to a Bruce Springsteen concert?
Because
I
of her
went with
mother.
my mum.
Yeah, but like, she doesn't need a chaperone. She's an adult.
No, but I think it's because like a lot of her Bruce Springsteen fans, I mean friends, friends don't live in the UK, and she was like, "I don't want to go on myself." And then so she she bought me and my sister tickets, and we went, and it was nice. It was all right. Yeah, I mean, that man played for 4 hours non-stop,
Whoa.
And
That's
he's,
fucking
like-
ridiculous.
and he's like 60 something.
Yeah, that's all the cocaine. Like there's a reason that old rock and roll shows used to be a lot more like high energy, and it's because everybody was shamelessly doing cocaine.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. It didn't have like a cocaine vibe, but it definitely had like this man is okay.
Passionate.
He has the
passionate.
expensive cocaine vibes.
Expensive.
None of that cheap shit that's cut with talcum powder for him. No, 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 no. This is Bruce motherfucking Springsteen. He's snorting it directly from the hands of the farmers that make the shit.
Sometimes I just take it like 100% talcum powder just to come down, you know?
I did
spray
cocaine once
dry
and I
sh-
got a horrible talcum powder addiction. Don't do it, kids.
Oh, I imagine just like spraying like dry shampoo straight up your nostrils.
Sounds like a
Why?
good time.
Why? Why?
Why?
Got to clean out in
Oh,
there.
why?
No, it would be
It's
worse
greasy.
with hairspray.
You're greasy. Your nostrils be greasy. Your insides are greasy. You know what makes that not greasy? Dry shampoo.
Wait,
Done.
Sarah,
like
why did you
thinking
talk about
about
my
the facts.
insides being greasy?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
not-
but if your hair's greasy, you gotta have dry shampoo to make it not look greasy. Look, I'm a veteran in greasy hair. Like, I have greasy, disgusting hair all the time.
Yeah,
so...
but that's like exterior. I don't want to be greasy on the inside.
Yeah, but you're...
Unfortunately, you are. We all
What do,
are.
you think, what do you think your liver's made out of?
Not
Me?
just straight grease.
Grease.
Straight grease.
It's straight grease, baby.
Hey, how much money would I have to pay both of you to let me spray hairspray up your nose and then pinch it shut to see what happens?
Oh, then it'll get really hard.
Yeah, that's the point.
My
Like,
insides would be like crispy. I've already got chicken nuggets for ears. I don't need a chicken nugget for lungs.
I thought you were like talking about like if I sprayed up your nose you'd get really hard, like it would just like turn you on so much.
I'm so fucking ready to go right now. What was in that can?
You're like you pay me? Wow.
You pay me
No.
to get insides hard? Mm,
I do it for like £20.
no.
All right, I've
No.
got that.
What,
Let's go.
What about hair mousse?
No.
Oh,
that
hair mousse would be
terrible.
interesting.
What if you eat that? Just eat it.
I'd be interested. Like, I've been
Put it
told
on the hot
stories.
chocolate and eat it.
I've been told a story of somebody who like sprayed like antifreeze on their nipple and then like flicked it off.
Oh,
Yeah.
That happened in the boys' locker room at my school.
That also happened in the boys' locker room at my school because I saw it and just avoided being hit by the nipple. Except instead
That's
of
amazing.
antifreeze, we used deodorant cans.
Yeah, like
it was
Axe
it was
body spray.
deodorant. Yeah. And like the nipple came straight off.
Yeah. Why the fuck did they do that?
I
Like,
don't know.
to this
Boys
day,
locker.
but like to this day, I still cannot fathom why the fuck it would enter your head to be a good idea to literally freeze your nipple and flick the fucker off.
I don't think. I don't
remember he
think
showed
teenage
us
boys act like with like good ideas in mind. I don't think they go, "Is this a good idea?" Because I'll only do this if it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Locker room antics are awful.
Terrible.
I've been to house parties when it's mainly been like locker boy antics because I was like the only girl awake at this point, and they bought a load of eggs from like the co-op and they threw them in the toilet. Like
Like whole eggs, or did they crack them first?
That's like
they threw like whole eggs in the toilet, and then they fried one and then put it on top of this like 20 crushed eggs in this toilet.
like that's like the most just nothing thing. That's the most like vacant activity. It's like, hey, let's put these things here because that's not where they're meant to go. It's like what?
They
Hey,
were just
guys.
throwing them.
Guys, I have a question to wrap up the episode.
Give it to us.
If you put 20 eggs into a toilet, does that make it soup? Remember, everybody who's been listening, make your omelettes in the toilet. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next week. Play the music. Hello everyone, Ashleigh here, and thank you once again for listening to this episode of Blank Block. If you enjoyed the show, please let us know on our social media and rate and review us on iTunes and tell a friend. We are relying entirely on word of mouth to spread the show, and your support would mean the world to us. For more from Cameron, follow him on Twitter at TheLumpyBoy or on Instagram at Cameron Bloomer, spelt BLUMER. For more from Seraphina, follow her on Twitter at Sacred Cows Media or on Instagram at Sacred Cows. And you can find me on Twitter at TrashlyM. That's TRASH Leighhm. Once again, huge thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.